listening to the Intrepid radio program with Scotty Roberts. Intelligent talk.
Hey folks, welcome to the show. It is Wednesday night. Yes, it is Wednesday. I had to double check. May 26th. Welcome to the program. And I'm glad you're here. This is Scotty Roberts. You're listening to and watching the Intrepid radio program right here on the Odyssey Radio Network. That's ODYSY1.com. Go on over, see all the goodness that's Odyssey Radio. Find out all the slots where you can hear replays of this show. Uh-oh, what's going on back there? Replays of this show all throughout the day. I don't know if you're watching over here on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Mr. Scotty Roberts. Who is that lurking behind me? Hey there, beautiful.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing.
Let me move over. Make room for you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, she says.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're here.
Oh,
You're like my special guest all the time.
I'm very special.
Yeah, she is.
And the kids knew something was going on because
Mom can't ever come on without a kid walking in. So we've got Reuben FastHorse coming tonight. We're still waiting for Reuben to show up out in the wings there before we can bring him in. And there's Ellery. How you doing, Ellery? Have you recovered yet? No, I guess not.
Not yet.
Not yet. So why don't you go out in the other room? Let Mom and Dad talk a little bit here. See ya. Say bye, everybody.
Bubbles.
Say bye. Say bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, Ellie. What are your thoughts on bananas? Okay.
There you go. The broadcast is off to a roaring start right now. And Matthew Sainsbury, I saw you say something in there. Welcome to you, by the way. You said something about, a month from now is the anniversary of the Battle of the Little Bighorn in 1876. Exactly a month. You're exactly right. And that's coming up. We hope to get out there ourselves this summer. It's possible we may be there on sometime in late June or early July. That's the plan. We'll let you know. We'll keep you updated.
Wait. What's this plan? Where are we going?
Going out on our family camping trip.
Oh,
we're going to go out to, we're going to go drive through the Dakotas and go all the way out to eastern Wyoming.
Have you looked at the family calendar yet?
I have looked at the family calendar, and it's going to be a tough squeeze.
It's going to be a real tough squeeze.
So we're going to try to get out there this summer. I've been saying for 2 years I would like for us to go do this.
August. We'll go in August.
And so, maybe we'll go in August. We'll have to see what's going on with your schedule.
August is the only month I don't have plans for yet.
So, Rainey, then let's make plans for August. So, Rainey is heading out to Alaska in about the middle of July through the end of July. Yeah. And then there's camps. She's taking the little girls to camp, and she's a den mother. So, hey, it's child, are we on the radio or are we not on the radio? This happens every night. Look in my eyes. I think you need to exit the room. Folks, this is an ongoing, it's fun, but then it's also a battle because they don't respect what we say about the radio. It's a good thing I'm not on a national radio station right now, isn't it? I think we'd have to have a different setup. I'd have to put a lock and key and a deadbolt on the door. So they're seeing it. And so the reason I raise my voice is this is something that has been going on all the time. My kids, my son gets it, but for the most part, my two little girls can't stay out of here yelling and screaming and needing something when I hit the airwaves. And so now Rainey's got to go take care of that. So sorry she has to do that because I was hoping to have more of a conversation. She'll probably come back as soon as she gets this wrangled. And we're still waiting on Reuben FastHorse tonight. I have not seen him enter the wings yet. So if any of you are on his friends list, get a hold of him and let him know. I've just sent him, I'm going to send him another message. It says, are you ready? And I've got the link for him. And so there, we'll let that be there. And we'll be as professional as we can, despite, we're not on a professional radio station right now. We're even off our own network still until I arrange some different things, because I don't want to go back to pre-recording the shows. I want to be able to do it live here on the YouTube at the same time as I can simulcast live to the radio network. And so there's a few things I have to do in order to make that happen. And so like being in the makeshift studio where it took us a while to get really set up, it's going to take us a while to get back into the throw of things over on Odyssey Radio. And Russ is working with me. He's okay with it. He just hopes it's sooner than later. So let's get my wife back up in here. Let me move my stool over just a little bit. She always stands a little back behind me. And hey, child, this is not the time. This is not the time. This is not the time. This is a parenting lesson now, folks. So, let's just go through. Let's say hey to people. Hey, Master Finn, I'm glad to see you're here. It's good to have you here. Susie Q, I'm glad you're here tonight. Welcome. Audrey, nice to see you. And, if Reuben for any reason can't make it in, we'll just have Rainey tonight. And she will be our...
Ellie's already losing it. She's
I know.
tired and past bedtime.
Ellie, our littlest is losing it. That's why she's in here. And we should have the door closed, but we don't.
If I close it, then she's going to come in.
She'll come in and pound on the door. And you know what? It's like I've said jokingly, our youngest, our 6-year-old, is the indisputed queen of the universe. And don't try to tell her any different.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a point where, as parents, we have to sit and figure out she's not a difficult kid. She's a stubborn kid. She's got her own mind about things. She thinks she knows everything. And there are ways to discipline, and there are ways that I've had 2 screaming bouts with her today. I'm not trying to do this to embarrass my kids or my wife or me or anything like that. It's just that we're dealing with somebody who's very strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
Self-willed, I don't have a problem with self-willed. Self-willed is good. Self-willed is confidence, and they grow. But being strong-willed in the face of your parents is a little cattle prod can work, says Gaza Cav from over there.
Oh my goodness. Have you guys seen my thunder stick?
She's got one. Go get it. Where is it?
It's upstairs.
Oh, you got time?
I got time.
Go get it. This was a little gift, and she surprised me with it when I got home. Not surprised me in the bad way, but this is like having a weapon in the house. So I was saying hey to everybody. Elder Barry, it's good to see you. Steve Clark, good to see you, brother. And Matthew Sainsbury, of course, I've already talked to you tonight. Doug Stack, good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're in the show tonight, or in the chat room tonight. Field Guy is here. And who else we got that I haven't said hello? Gaza Cav, I saw you. It's good to have you here from Australia. And Morgan Snow, good. Oh, I hear the surprise coming from the other room already. And Rainey will have to give you a little bit of a story on this and why it's there. Oh, I hear it. I have to be very careful. One of these days, she's going to get mad at me and use it on me. So, Rainey, what's this little thing you've got here? And
this is my thunder stick, Thunder Blast.
This is my boomstick.
This is how you get
wait, what's the line? All right, you. Oh, guys, what's Ash's line from the Army of Darkness? All right, you primitive screwheads. This is my boomstick. And he puts it up. So, tell the little story here about what you got. Give us a little sound effect.
I just had my birthday, right? Well, you want to see it? Let's go this way.
Oh. Whoa.
It's a big long stick.
and don't even. That could kill you.
It could. Especially you with heart issues, man.
Heart issues, man. My wife could kill me with my heart issues.
Flynn has been having lots of trouble getting out of bed in the morning. And let me tell you, this thing makes him jump. And I turned it off.
Oh, I
Jerk.
see.
If you heard Flynn, he just yelled jerk. Top
Yeah,
button.
we thought look at this thing. No, it's
you
not doing
broke
it.
You turn the flashlight on, that's why.
Oh,
It doesn't work with the flashlight on.
whatever.
No, you can do it.
There it is. Look at that thing. So that is a riot stopper. I'm gonna turn that off.
But anyways,
I think it's off.
my mom thought it would be a good way to get Flynn to get out of bed without any problems.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
And so my brother bought this and gave it to me for my birthday.
Yeah, that's actually a weapon.
To see it.
That's up in. She keeps that up in the bedroom.
It can kill people if you hear the
It can kill people.
peanut gallery.
Yes, it can. Hey, Delaney, nice to see you.
It must be out of battery.
Delaney has an old knee crusher nightstick that she's got. So that is that's Rainey's little special toy.
That's my special toy.
It's your special toy. Bet you get a little bang out of that one, a little zap out of that one.
But I'll give you a zap with it.
How about not? Let's not even. So, we're just wasting a little time. I don't know what happened to Reuben. Reuben can sometimes very easily put some things on. It happened one other time on the show. So I hope that is not the case tonight. I hope he's going to be here. Well, let's see. Let me see if I can raise him on his channel here.
5 more minutes.
Hold on. He's got Reuben's room, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this. I would like you please to leave the office while you're whining. No whinging
Let me just finish
in the office. So here we're calling Reuben right now. And I'm going to see, and this isn't going to be broadcast. You'll probably hear it, but I'm going to see if he's out there and if he's going to make it in. So we'll see. Calling Reuben FastHorse. Maybe I need to send up a smoke signal and for Reuben to hear. So, and if he's not here, we can fill up the time pretty well. We'll use up Rainey's time as much as we can. And I got other things. Remember, I was going to continue from last night. We could jump right back into that easily enough. So, may take a minute for others to join. I don't know if that means if he's there or not. So I'm gonna hang that up, and we're out. And so, all right, folks, we're back here. It's just Rainey and me, and this is called doing the little tap dance. And okay, baby, I would like you to go out. Okay, I would like you to go out.
Yep,
if you're quiet, if you're not interrupting, go over there. All right, see ya. All right, and I got to tell you, I've about had it up to here with my children not doing what I say.
She's tired though.
That's my expectation, is that when I tell my children something, they do it. Not that I have to put up with an argument or a crying fit and I've had this from them all day. And then I get the silent treatment. It's like, Dad, I can just ignore Dad. I don't have to say anything to Dad. I can be a co-host, right? Yeah, you can be a co-host, field guy. So let's see. Gaza says, I think you left all the leather gear upstairs as well. I went with your boomstick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me adjust this. I feel like you're at the bottom of my screen. Your head's way down at the bottom.
I could probably sit up straight.
I could sit lower. There we go.
Well, it looks like I don't have a shirt on under my sweater.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, hi.
Hi. My eyes are up here.
My eyes are up here, she says to me. Scotty, did you see my new FB profile picture? I did not, Steve. I haven't seen it quite yet. I did send you a friend request, and that's as far as I got.
And Doug Stack.
So
is that Rainey's bum stick for Scotty? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, ain't that the truth? That's what she uses to keep me in line. So here, look, by the way, I'm not wearing a shirt under my sweater.
Ew.
So just thought I'd let you know.
Gave me the
Ew, she
shivers.
says.
Gave me the shivers. and
She's
not
got the
good.
shivers from it. Wow, I must have a strong effect on her.
Yeah.
So, you know the one picture that we have on the It's Sunday where she's looking down my shirt? That was 16 years ago. So, things have changed.
Yes.
So, let's see. Oh, Schmexy Scotty, says Doug Stack. Thank you, brother. I knew I would get you hot and bothered, but I took that risk to see what would happen if I got Doug hot and bothered. Let's see. Full Moon Bratis, says Delaney Pearl Jones. A full moon tonight?
My kids get brat like every full moon.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, there's something strange with them tonight. And I'm usually a fairly patient guy. They get me impatient some days.
Well, she's, I think, been overly tired. They got sunburnt really bad on Saturday.
The other day, yeah. That's 4 days ago, though.
I know, but how long does it take bodies to recover?
Yeah.
It takes a while. And
I
they're
get
overly
that.
tired, and we haven't been putting them to bed until 9:30, 10 o'clock, which we're getting close to that 9:30 mark again. They're tired.
Yeah. And she's got to be tired because she's very crabby with me.
Yeah.
My little girls are supposed to love their dads, and but she's been demanding, and if I don't do what she wants, she gets nasty with me. It's like if I don't do what my daughter wants,
I heard that.
Oh, were you in the room? Come here and say hi in a nice way. Don't be intrusive. Just come on over. Don't be
Mom, your minutes are
precocious.
I know. Come on.
Come on.
Come
You're in the
on.
middle.
Are you ready to go to bed?
Oh, I'm ready to go to the dollar.
Now
The
you're
dollar
talking to
store's
people
closed.
out here. There's millions of people watching you right
The
now.
whole world could be watching.
Yeah, there's people in Australia that see you right now.
How crazy is that?
Isn't that crazy? That's all the way on the other side of the world. It's down under.
Okay, you got to sit down though so you can see your
So,
face.
see?
There we go.
See how you show up? That's how people see you on the radio or on the stream anyway.
Want to show them your bad sunburn?
Yeah, let's show your sad bad sunburn. There's riveting radio.
Yeah, look at that.
She's really pink back there. She's got a big blister on one
I
side.
like this and pour down.
So
Look at that. Oh, that girl.
Field Guide says, I'm a person.
See,
I am not an animal. I am a man, says Field Guy.
here, this is where you show where your sunburn. Because look at, you look on the camera over there. Look at how white it is here. And then
Yeah,
how
you can
pink.
see the difference. I think my daughter just accidentally removed me from the stream,
Way to go.
but we're back. So you got to watch out for the keyboard and stuff when you're sitting there. All right.
sorry, I
Love
left the
cool
bag.
shirt, says Matthew Sainsbury. Matthew Sainsbury's in Bolivia,
Who got that shirt?
South
for you?
America.
No.
And
Somebody else picked it out.
Hey,
off they cut it. That's right, Elder Bear. That's what my daughter did. And so this is what you get when our guest doesn't arrive. You get a little filler.
Should we go to bed?
And it's only familial filler because the family's sitting
can
here.
I skip school tomorrow?
Can I
No,
skip school
You
tomorrow?
only have. What do you got?
What do you want to go
4,
driving with your
8?
friends? Go
You got
riding?
9 days left of school.
Drinking beers at the park? Is that what you're gonna do? Yeah,
nice.
You wanna go
yeah.
drink beer at the park?
No.
Mommy's
So
got 8 cases in the back of the car.
translucent to
I'll do the
tomato
part, but not the beer.
describes my eldest son in the sun. My eldest in the sun. There you go, Michelle. Barbados. I'm sorry, on the Eastern Caribbean.
What? Who's there?
That's Matthew Sainsbury. That's where he lives.
Lucky.
Yeah, not. Why do I keep saying Bolivia? I think you've corrected me on that before.
Starts with a B.
Children taste great, less filling. Did you know if I fried you up in the pan, you would be less filling and probably have less cholesterol than red beef?
I'm tired.
You want Mama to take you up to bed?
Here, should we do the sleepy?
Good night. Oh,
yeah.
do the sleepy. Do the sleepy.
Do it, Dad. Do it.
Do the sleepy. You're sleepy.
Get your hands off of me!
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
race
yeah.
you upstairs. Ready? Get
Okay.
steady. Ouch! Ouch!
Whoever gets up there first.
Has to clean the bathroom.
No, gets a quarter.
Oh, whoever gets up there last has to clean
You
the
know what?
bathroom.
You want to make her get up there first.
She likes to clean the bathroom.
Oh, all right. No,
No, she
I
doesn't.
don't. I don't really. I don't.
Oh, that's Rowan who likes to clean the bathroom.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good night.
I love you.
Bye, everybody.
You make the
fun.
best of tonight. I'll make the best of tonight. I'll just get into. We'll talk about something, or we'll bring Field Guy in, or somebody in, whoever wants to come in.
Have fun.
I'll give you all the link for tonight. So,
okay,
you do your thing.
I'm out.
She's out. See ya.
Bye.
Beautiful. And your little dog too.
I said tomorrow. Oh, yeah.
Good night, Ellie.
My
I love you,
dog,
baby.
She follows right behind me too.
All right.
Next to Mama.
Bye, Rainey, says everybody.
Bye, everybody.
All right.
Good night.
Could you close the lid on your way out, please? Close the lid. There we go. All right, folks. Whew, thought I'd never get rid of them. So,
What was that?
nothing. Good night. I love you. So, there you have it. There's my family tonight. Maybe that's why I'm not the top-rated podcast out there, or broadcast, or radio show. I have too many interruptions. But I will tell you this. Oh, look what she left me. Yeah. Oh, it's out of battery, I think. But I have too many family interruptions. I have too many children walking in. But I'll tell you what. There will be a day, if we grow this show any bigger than we do, we'll just we'll have to get a studio outside of the home. And I think that might be helpful. So let's see. I want to just see what some of you are saying. Let me put in here's the link for tonight's show. If you want to come in and chat about anything. Otherwise, I can just go back in and picking up where we left off last night. I was ready to do that anyway. I was all prepared for it. And then Reuben said, hey, I'm available if you want me tonight. And I said, yeah, come on tonight. And but that might not happen for some reason. So there you go. We can all talk. We can all do our own thing and see where we go from here. I can kill time. Just ask anyone. Yeah. So, hey, anybody out there, let's do this. Who wants to come on and talk about a ghost story, an encounter you may have had? We got a ton of you out there. So many of you are listening that aren't even in the chat room. If you want to come in the chat room and come on, then come on in and let's talk about that. Let's talk about your if you're a ghost investigator, or if you are just somebody who doesn't do that kind of thing, but you've had an experience. Let's hear about it. Let's do that. Let's take a break from getting too high and mighty and esoteric tonight, and let's talk about stuff. Oh, I got some people coming. I got Delaney. Hey, Delaney, before I bring you in, lower your camera a little bit so we can see your whole face. I'm only seeing you from your nose up. There you are. All right. You ready to come in? Then I'll bring Field Guy in after that. Oh, Delaney, are you even there? I'm not sure if I've got you. Let me add you. There you are.
I'm back. Okay.
Oh, you're back?
Here we go.
Hi.
Okay.
How you doing, Delaney?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. And I haven't got my headset on, so hopefully we won't have any feedback tonight.
Oh, are you? Can you hear me?
So it's good to see you. What's going on?
Not much.
So tell me, I know you live this stuff. It happens to you every day. There's something wild, the things that you're into. What is it exactly? What is your gift? Because I see a lot of your stuff come through. What's your gift? How is it you see so much and experience so much?
I was born dead.
You're born dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're looking pretty good now, so.
Yeah, well, they had
being
to
dead.
my wife. My mom was in labor for like 36 hours.
Holy crap.
I was going through withdrawals.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, when they got me out, they shot me with a bunch of caffeine. Because they're like, what do you want? What are you doing? She's like, doing speed and coke and stuff. So,
caffeine. Ay.
So, yeah, they shot me right through my heart. Shot to the heart.
My.
Yep. This is a relic I inherited from my grandfather-in-law.
I've seen that a couple of times.
The
Tell
Moses
us
stick.
about that.
You know Emmett Till, the story of Emmett Till? The
Not off
boy,
the top of my head.
he was lynched down in Tennessee. Yeah, not Mississippi.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Well, yeah, he was lynched. The white lady lied on him. He was singing her a gospel song, and she lied. He was 14 and kind of autistic, kind of slow, and he was preaching the gospel to her, and she lied and said he was saying some vile things to her, and the police and everybody went and killed him. They took him out the house from his uncle's house.
When did that happen?
Back in 1955.
55. Okay.
Yeah. And my husband's grandfather was the one who went and pulled him out of the West Tallahatchie River and put him back together.
Wow.
Yeah. Woodrow Champ Jackson. He was the man that gathered up all the lynching victims and stuff back then. He did it for like 40 years. And before that, he did it in World War II in Germany. So he was picking up dead folks off the beaches in the front lines in Germany.
Sure.
Yeah. And this stick here, look, it's the divine masculine. But also,
I was going to
it's
say.
like the Star Trek. Isn't that crazy?
How about that?
And it's like
Moses.
The Moses snake stick, dude.
So
Crazy.
What's significant about that stick? Tell me about it. What does that do for you?
I don't know. It's like a verb stick, a talking stick. Ghosts fly out of it a lot. Got videos of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Spirits. It's a snake. So if you think about the divine snake symbol, it's, Egypt and all that.
Yes.
I'm a snake on the spirit animal deal. My Celtic zodiac sign is a snake, and then I was born on a Saturday, so my spirit animal is a snake also. Yeah.
Okay.
What else we got about this here? I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to go watch some of my videos
I'll have to watch it every now and then. I catch them and I watch them, and I don't always have time. I get so many videos sent to me in my messenger. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and if I watched them all, I would have no time to do anything else.
Right.
So I'll have to go catch some more.
I've basically cut my stuff down to the short, sweetest, best ones. Like my fairy friend, Michael Jackson, that lives in my fucking hallway. No, I mean, as a kid, I was, I could see all these things running around me and stuff. I'm just like, what the hell? I didn't understand it. But after 2017 eclipse, that great eclipse of that day.
Right.
Remember the great eclipse? I know you watched it. Dude, yep. I know you had some kind of spiritual experience. I hope you did, because I sure did.
I didn't. I didn't. The funny thing is, spiritual experiences take time. It takes the effort on your part to be there and be present, be awake in the moment to do it. And at the time that happened, I didn't have a chance to do that. And
I've lucked out. It's boom. They're like, get your camera out. Hurry up. Get your camera out. Get your camera out. Okay. All right. So I've taken I collect crystals, but little miniatures. Yeah. I got them all. And you guys, you don't have to freak out about buying all the crystals and stuff. If you look in your little crystal stores, they'll have bags of little mixed chips.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those.
$1.50. Little $1.50 rocks and stuff,
Nice.
But I firmly feel that don't stop trying so hard, folks. Don't try so hard. It's going to be okay.
It's a good message.
Yeah, because everyone's freaking about the event coming. Guess what? We get blasted by the sun every day. And every day that there's a big CME that hits the earth, watch the people that have heart attacks.
And I've had a heart attack.
Did you have one during a CME?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
4 years ago. So.
Okay. Well, you get your ticker back strong again, right? You've been drinking
It's
your
strong,
pomegranate
yeah.
juice?
It's strong.
You've been drinking pomegranate juice, right?
Pomegranate Kool-Aid count?
For shame.
I actually, it's funny you would say that. I've got a pomegranate Crystal Light mix that I've got a big pitcher full of it right now, but it's not actual pomegranate juice, so I suppose it doesn't help any, huh?
No, because if you read the ingredients on that Crystal Light ingredients,
Yeah.
Your ticker is saying, no, it's not gonna mesh too well.
Oh, that figures. Now my doc, I just saw my doc yesterday. He said I was looking pretty good and doing pretty good, and my heart's good. My diabetes is good. All of that stuff. So
okay, don't overload on the Crystal Light.
All right.
Some of the chemicals in that stuff. I used to drink it, and I'm like allergic to it. There's something in it that made my eczema flare. Oh God, I was living like Job. Remember Job had all the. Yeah, I got that skin disease
He
too.
scraped the elephantitis off with potsherds.
Yeah.
And, ate beans or something like that, or
I don't know, but
made out of human dung.
I got an autoimmune disorder that has me allergic to every food additive and preservative known to man. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm all kinds of allergic to the poison.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I can't say that I am, that I know of. But anyway.
The ghost stories. Okay, look, every day, the weird stuff happens. I can't go on too much. I quit doing the lives because there's too much going on.
Sure.
And if I can't. These folks want me to talk, but I'm refusing. I'm letting everybody
you're cutting off conversation with the ghosts?
Yeah, I can't do it because they like to flash and fly around.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So give me your best, latest, greatest story in dealing with them. Brief story.
Well, this little boy committed suicide in Delavan, where I'm from, a few months ago.
Yeah.
And he was bullied. They bullied him and beat him up because he was gay. And a lot of these dead kids bother me about that shit.
Yeah. That's actually not far from here. Delavan,
yeah. So. I tried committing suicide 3 times. My skin wouldn't cut.
Oh.
Brand new razors.
Why do you suppose that is? You suppose something divinely keeping you from doing that, or what? Because there's a lot of people, and then you have to ask yourself, if there was some kind of divine or extra intervention that prevented me from committing suicide, why me? Because a lot of people succeed every day. So why do you think that is?
Yeah. I'm saying his name because I like to call him that. Jehovah God Almighty and the Christ. Yeah. They said, you didn't kill yourself a few other times and other people have killed you in your past lifetimes. This time you were born at the right exact time and broke the combination code to where this time this program cannot be canceled out. It will be fulfilled.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, everybody's birthday, all your guys' birthdays, all of your guys' first and middle and last names. You guys are special combination key locks to this beautiful puzzle of life. Okay.
Yeah.
Look up the meanings to your names. Check out your zodiac signs for your birthdays. Your Celtic, your Native American. My Native American zodiac sign is the wolf. Howl, motherfuckers. Okay. Yeah, I'm
There it is.
Blackfeet Native too, so that kind of really look. All y'all are magic and special. Embrace it, understand it, and never forget it. Okay.
There it
Don't
is.
ever
Delaney.
doubt. Don't ever doubt your magicness.
I love that. Don't ever doubt your magicness.
Yes.
Boom.
I love you, and I'm gonna go. Okay.
Delaney, thank you for coming on. You have a
Bye.
good night.
Bye.
See ya. All right, guys. That was Delaney Pearl Jones coming in. Hey, she kind of made me think of something. How many of you have ever had kind of an encounter, if you will, with discovering a past life of yours? And have you been through that? Have you done either the hypnosis or the psychic thing? Or how many of you believe that that's an actual thing? Can we get in touch with past lives? Is that something that actually happens to us? Is there reincarnation? I know I've said the jury's out for me because there's no way to prove it. There's no way to absolutely prove that. You can run into things and you wonder about it. And I think the more that I've gotten further away from the church, the more I've found that there's an opening for that possibility. Is that just a deceit, a self-deceit? Is that a folly to say that we've had past lives? Anybody here gotten in touch with that and you want to come on and talk about that? Show's open. I'm going to paste the link again. And a field guy, I know you were waiting for a while there in the wings. I just wanted Delaney to go ahead and get her piece out, and I wanted to talk to her a bit before I brought you in. Then you left. So sorry you didn't stick around. Michelle Cannon-Free's in the grocery store. She could come on from the grocery store if she wanted to. And so what else we got going on? Gaza says, Delaney Pearl Jones, now I know what you look like. And thank you. Good to see you what people look like. Yeah, absolutely. It's always a nice thing to see how people look. I like when some of you call in. It's great to see you here. And so, guys, I've given you the link. If you want to come on in, you can come in. Otherwise, you may force my hand. I may go back into teaching about Eve and the feminist point of view. Do you know what else is coming after Eve? The next show I've got coming up after that is The Strange Visions of Enoch. Getting into Enoch a lot lately because my publisher, New Page Books, now acquired by Red Wheel Weiser, they asked me, and I announced this way back when I was in Louisiana, that I'd been talking to my publisher, and they want me to write this book on the Book of Enoch. So I'm starting to do a little research, and there's some interesting stuff with Enoch. The pseudepigraphic Enoch, based on the more ancient Enoch. So it's interesting stuff. I got Steve Clark. Let's bring Steve Clark in. I don't see your picture yet, Steve. I'll wait till your picture comes up, and then I'll bring you in. Otherwise, we'll have a white square with you in it, or a rectangle, or whatever it is. So I see Steve Clark out. Well, maybe we'll just bring you in. Maybe your audio's working. Steve Clark, are you there? Calling Steve Clark. There you are. There's a still photo of you. How you doing, Steve Clark? Boom. How's your internet down in Kansas? So, Steve, you're kind of frozen there. I'm not getting much of you. I'll let you sit there for a minute or give me a call back or we'll try it again. So we'll wait and put him back in the wings. And if he comes back up, we'll bring him in. And let me see if I still have no Reuben making an appearance here. So sad to say, I don't think there's going to be a Reuben tonight. So guys, I'm sorry about that. We're already 3/4 of the way through the show. Can you believe that already? We're 3/4 of the way through. So I don't think Reuben's going to make it. And if he makes it toward the end, we'll bring him in for a couple of minutes. But I'm anticipating the no Reuben FastHorse show tonight. So those of you who are expecting him, sorry about that. Something obviously came up on Reuben's end. And it could very possibly be he just couldn't get in to the show. His internet might not be working out well for him and so on. So Sorry about that. It's riveting in here, says Michelle Cannon-Free. Where? Here in the chat room, Michelle, or in the grocery store? Just curious. Yes, Reuben will be missed, Barbie D. I'm sure I'll talk to him first thing in the morning and find out what happened. There's Doug Stack. Let's bring him in. Oh, there's Doug Stack. Dougus Stackius. What's your name? Biggest Dickus. Have you ever heard? You know that from The Life of Brian?
No, I'm kind of a non Monty Python kind of person.
Oh, I'm so sad for you. So.
Well, I didn't like it when I was younger, but maybe now I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, you probably would now. Watch Life of Brian. You'll get a kick out of it.
I will.
So, anyway,
hear me?
How you doing, Doug?
Pretty good.
Been a while since I've seen your face. Good to see you.
I was on the Milky Way Soul Tribe the other night for an hour with the UFO disclosure.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. That was fun.
That's very cool. So what'd you find out about UFO disclosure?
Well, I didn't find anything out about it, and I don't think we will find anything out about it. They'll probably redact the hell out of it. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure.
We'll get 16 million pages of UFO disclosure with probably about 2 words per page. The rest, blacked out.
What kind of disclosure is that? We're disclosing that we're crossing out the other 385 words on this page and giving you 5.
Yeah.
What does that disclose?
That's pretty much what they're going to disclose.
And how do they call that disclosure? What's disclosure? What's disclosing about that? That's nothing.
That they're actually acknowledging that it exists, or they've been looking into it. That's probably what it is.
That's probably as good as it is. Well, they've been looking at. We all know they've been looking into it. That's not a surprise. I want to know what they know. And then I want to know why they're holding it back from us. Is the world going to riot? I mean, what could get worse than the way we've seen the world act over toilet paper and COVID? I mean, if you... So, what would it do? Would it crumble your faith in a God or in a government or in the world or in life itself if you find out we're just part of a much bigger neighborhood? What would that do to you?
No, not at all, because I don't agree with the way religion is taught anyway. I mean, I don't know if it's the truth or not, but I'm not a religious person. I'm more spiritual. So, I've always believed in UFOs. I mean, I saw one when I was 6 years old, and then being a truck driver over the road, I would drive at night mainly. So I've seen a lot of things. So it wouldn't do anything, anything that I wouldn't. I mean, if they had real disclosure about what it was exactly, then I'd probably be surprised with some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I know they exist. I know we can't be the only civilization that's out there doing anything,
Right. And I agree with Matthew Sainsbury just said, I think it'll show how vast life really is. So do you think there is something to disclose other than looking into it? Or do you think that there's something we know that they're not letting us on to?
I don't want to sound like a crazy person.
Yeah.
I pretty much am.
But we'll set that aside. We'll just caveat here. Doug's a crazy person, but set that aside. Let's let him say, just tell us what you think.
What I think is, honestly, we run our realm. We run Earth, but we're not the leaders of Earth. I think there's a higher, like a governmental type, I guess, hierarchy or something else above us. And who knows? Our world government could be going against what the hierarchy wants. You know, it's like they gave us free will to run our stuff.
Yes.
And obviously, it ain't working right.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? I just threw that. There's a very profound saying from Matt Finn right there.
Deli meat?
Deli meats. Is that what maybe the aliens are thinking about us? Deli meats.
No, they're locking their door when they fly by us.
Yeah, probably. You know, I have got to think that, although we joke about that stuff and all that, I've got to think that we aren't that strange. I look at it even in little things today. There was some stuff in the community where we live, Somerset, Wisconsin, and they were on the chat room. They were all talking about local issues, and you could tell who the people were who were on one political side of a local issue and were trying to perk up everybody else and had a problem, and so other people were like, no, it ain't that bad. It's just this and that. You know, you see it everywhere, and this is just people. Aren't aliens people too, or are they definitively, do you think? Your opinion, because we have nothing to compare it to yet. Do you think they're completely different in nature?
I mean, I think there are some that are like us, that are struggling with the same things that we're struggling with. I mean, there could be infinite amount of Earths out there with us doing the same thing right now, or you know, in incremental different timelines.
Yeah,
and you know, yeah, there's different ones out there. There's probably, I'm not a Trekkie or a Trekker or whatever they are, but yeah, I think there's different species of aliens. They're not all human. What is it, the Klingons or something?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
There could be a whole race of that, and you know, I think they're on to something. You know, because if you look at the old like sci-fi stuff, you know, from 60, 80, 100 years ago, they're actually they were predicting what was going on in the future. So I think that Hollywood and the government can, you know, they kind of let little secrets out.
Yes. I think you're right. And, you know, you look at the way, when you say Hollywood, you look at the way the movies have gone. There's something like before like 2005, in the 10 years prior to that, there'd been something like, I don't know, 23 movies about alien invasion and surviving an alien apocalypse. And the 10 years after that, you had, why is my alarm going off? I have no idea. So after that, the 10 years since then, you've had like 186 movies like that and TV series and things. So it's saying that even the entertainment industry has been invested in doing that. Is that something that is, can we read something into that? Is something behind that? Is there a motivator, a governmental man? Hey, we need you to make movies on this. Is that part of the conspiracy? Or is that maybe people funding the movies? Don't even have to say they're with the government. We're going to fund this if you make it. And, you know, kind of thing.
I think personally that they have to, or that the government and the Hollywood producers or whatever, they talk about it, and they kind of, you know, push the bar to get us to kind of be a little bit of accepting of it.
Yes.
And to see how far it'll go. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be a crazy person.
Oh, you might be right too.
But I might be right. You know, it's kind of like the whole now don't vilify me, don't crucify me for this, but it's kind of like
okay.
It's kind of like the flat earth theory.
Yeah.
I have no idea whether we're on a globe or a flat earth. nor will I ever.
I do.
Well, okay, but
We're on a globe.
Huh?
We're on a globe.
Okay, well, but I'm not saying I believe in flat Earth.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, me personally, I'll never be up high enough to actually, confirm it with my own eyes.
Sure, sure.
I mean, but there's certain arguments on both ends of, it could be something. Flat Earth could be something. But
you're from the Gaza planet.
Of course. Well, he needs to give me some more, or he needs to come up here and help me out with my garden, because
there you go.
My garlic.
Wouldn't it be more fun to go down there though and go down under and learn?
I had the opportunity, and I was being a teenager, and I said, nope, I want to go to my graduation. I don't want to go to Australia for 2 weeks. Now
that'd be nice.
Now I kick myself every time I go back to that time and say, man, I had an opportunity to go to Australia for 2 weeks. Come on.
And I think about that because people say, where would you like to go visit? And I said, I'd love to go see Australia. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go for 10 days and see Australia. And that would be like listening to somebody say from Australia say, well, where do you want to go for a vacation? Oh, I've always wanted to go to the United States. I'm going to go see the United States for 10 days for my vacation. You think, oh, what part? There's like a million things to see in the United States. Where are you going in the United States? I don't know yet. I think I'm just going to go visit the United States. And so that'd be like saying I'm going to go visit Australia or New Zealand or someplace like that. Where are you going to go? I don't know. I know where I'd go. If I went to New Zealand, I'd go see all the Lord of the Rings sites where they film the movies. That would be cool. I'd do that. But then I suppose it's, you get there and it's kind of like, do you remember that scene from National Lampoon's Vacation? They're going through all this crap to get to Wally World, and they want to see things along the way. The Grand Canyon was one of them. There's the Grand Canyon. Let's go stop. And you're in the last 10 minutes of the movie, 20 minutes, whatever. They get to the Grand Canyon and they show this shot of them. You see all their backs to the camera, dad, mom, and the kids, and they're all standing there still looking at the Grand Canyon. And Chevy Chase does the, okay, let's go. It's like, we've seen it. So is that the way I'd be in Australia? I'd get off the plane and go, oh, yes, Australia. I'm here.
Well, see, I have I would kind of, I'd be lost in Australia because I would want to drive the whole thing. I mean, I'm a over-the-road trucker, and I want to see the sights.
It was like Mandy Moo, who was on last week. She went out and for what, 3,000 miles of red sand road. That's all there is. Not really even a road. You just make sure you're on the right path and go in the right direction, and that's all that's around you. Oceans of red dirt around you.
And what's crazy is that I think it's only 10% of the continent actually is populated.
Is there anything on the interior of Australia other than maybe little villages and things like that? It seems to me all your metropolitan areas are around the coasts.
The metropolitan areas are around the coast. I mean, they probably
There's nothing inland, is there?
I think there are only ranches and where the Aboriginals may have
villages and things like that.
But I don't think it's. I think most of the population is around the coast.
Yeah. Ask somebody who lives there. I know Gaza. You live there. Amanda B. There. I think she just answered our question. Australia? Nope. So yeah, I was going to ask, is there anything once you leave the coast? Is there anything? I mean, there's natural wonders, there's villages, there's the Aboriginal peoples, there's all of that. Glorious places, I'm sure, to go see. But are there any first world cities outside of the coast? And I will take that nope as a yes. I'm right. So
there's Crocodile Dundee. I mean, he's
towns,
still alive, right?
Crocodile Dundee. Crikey.
Not a knife.
That's not a knife. I had a knife here. But so yeah, I'd like to go to Australia. I'd love
One
to
thing,
see
I
it.
have a friend who actually, his brother. This is a knife, kind of.
Oh, we're showing off knives. I got a knife. I got a knife in my pocket. Boom. That's all I got. It's a colorful
I
one.
have a friend of mine that's in Australia, and his brother was actually, he came to America, and he went to Vegas, and the day he flew in was the day of the Vegas shooting. He was supposed to be in America for, I think, 2 weeks, and he was there while the shooting was going on, and he took the next plane and went home. He's like,
Really?
he didn't want to stick around. He had a 2-week vacation up here, and he was like, okay, that's enough for me. I'm gone.
I would love to go. I'd love to. Of course, things are different now. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I can't just take up and go. I think it would be fun to get up and go and spend time. When I went to Egypt, I spent a month. Every time I went, I was there for a month, and because when I went, I was planning on going once for about 10 days to 2 weeks, and Maria, John Warren's wife, she said, come on, stay for 2 more. We can't do what we want to do in 2 weeks. So I ended up staying for 2. Oh, that was after I got there. We extended my trip out and I stayed for a month. And so, because there's just stuff to do there and stuff to see and things that you can't squeeze into a vacation slot,
I could probably live in Egypt. I love Egypt. I could probably just, pitch a tent and stay right there.
Yes. Last week, it was either early last week or the week before, there was Eid Mubarak, a holiday in Egypt, Muslim countries. And I put up out of respect for my friends there, I put up a little post and I said, for all my Egyptian friends, I have a blessed Eid Mubarak. And I started tagging my Egyptian friends and I ended up with, I think, at least a dozen people that are people that I know and respect and love and miss some of them, and tag them all in that. And I'm only saying that to say I didn't realize, because I think I got a couple of friends over in Egypt, but about 12 people that I ended up tagging Egyptian people. And so you get to know the people over there, and they take you. One guy that I met, Momin Saad, Saad. You'll see him in some of my posts. He is and I hope I still have this right, because sometimes the titles change and stuff. The last I understood his title, he was like the Inspector General for the Ministry of Antiquities of all of Luxor temples in Luxor, Egypt, and or Karnak temples. And it might be just all the temple sites in Luxor. And the first time I met him was in 2013, when John Ward and I were writing our book on the Exodus. And I said, there's a couple of things I'd like to see at Karnak Temple, which is not a single temple. It's a huge ancient complex of temples of all the ancient pharaohs, that they all built their temples here. And I said, there's a couple of things I want to see. And so went out to coffee with John and Momin Saad. And Momin said, well, what would you like to see at the Karnak Temple? And I told him what I was looking for. And he says, I'll take you there on Saturday. Make me a list. And I made him a list of, I think it was 18 different things I wanted to see at Karnak temples. And so he picked us up on Saturday morning, I think quite early, like 6 a.m. And we headed out to Karnak Temple, and which was just hopping in the ferry boat and crossing the Nile to the East Bank, and going, the temple's right there. And so he walked me around to every single one of these places on the list that I had written, to show me a wall with a hieroglyphic inscription, to show me a certain artifact, to show me somebody's temple, to show me the sacred lake, which is just like a big swimming pool, sacred lake in front of somebody else's temple, to show me all these different sites. He walked us around for several hours, and like between 7 a.m. and noon. And so that's how I got to know Momin Sod. And then, of course, he came down to Gebel El Silsila with John and Maria. And so I always saw him. Every time I'm there, I look forward to seeing Momin Sod. And so he's become a very dear friend. So anyway, that's the memory
that I would love to do.
That just invokes the memories. And it's nice when you know people there. This was when we took, I know we've talked about it on the show before, when we did the, the Exodus reality tours, John and I. It was named after the book we'd written the year before. And we took people on the same little adventure that we went on to see some of the things we did, only a bit abbreviated. And when we went on that trip, and we had 13 people come along with us, but because of John and Maria's connections as archaeologists, and their connections to the Ministry of Antiquities in Egypt, we had these high dignitary type members of the inspector generals and inspectors and doctors and all these guys that were part of the Ministry of Antiquities in Egypt that would come and meet us. Either come and meet us, or they'd go on the boat with us for a couple of days, and we'd go visit these sites. And it wasn't like a tour group where they go, and now on this site, this is where you had Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great, who shot his great arrow into the army at Kadesh. And this is where you see the inscription. It wasn't like that. It was, and buy your pharaonic headgear here after the show. It was, but these guys were the scholars, and they took us behind the scenes. And of course, they had the passes, and they'd just be like, hey, they'd show the pass, and they'd let them all in. And we'd go get to see things people didn't get to see on tour groups. We'd go down into tombs. We'd go into back areas that hadn't been fully excavated yet. Things like that. And so we saw some pretty crazy stuff. That was the beauty of knowing these people. So
that was awesome.
Anyway, by the way, Gaza Cav, where did his comment just go? He says, anybody wants to come to Australia? Where'd that go? Here it is. Anyone wants to come to Melbourne, Australia, you can come and stay at my house. I have plenty of room. Okay, we'll be there, Gaza.
Hey, Gaza, I'll be there next week. I got to swim, though.
We got 12 people coming. Break out the hammocks.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm becoming a. What did that say? Matthew Sainsbury, Scotty, you taught me something new about Aaron's rod becoming a tannin, a crocodile, rather than Nakash, a serpent. That's true. That was in one of the shows we did. Yeah. So, and that would have taken place probably up in what is now Memphis, Egypt, the northern capital.
Memphis, Tennessee.
What's that?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Memphis.
They do have a pyramid in Memphis.
I'm sure they do. Memphis, in ancient times, it was called Mennefer, and that became Memphis, and where that was the northern capital of Egypt.
I think it's a Bass Pro Shop now. It's a
yeah, it's a Bass Pro Shop. That's it. It's about 30 miles south of Cairo, and you kind of get out there, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat place. So, and it was neat just being there because I'd done so much research about the place, and I go, this doesn't look anything like it did back then, I'm sure. Although the ruins are still there. There's mud brick structures that are just melted into the landscape over the last 2,000, 4,000 years. Yeah. And so you can be there and you can stand there and go, it looked different, but this is it because the structure's still here. Mm-hmm. And you get that feel. It's that feel of, and of course, I'd done so much study that this was where Moses would have been placed in the Nile, not way down south in Luxor. This would have been up here. Probably, and they dug these canals all over northern Egypt, and for merchant and canals off of the Nile. And they dig these canals. Some of them are still there today. And of course, they've been modernized, but these canals, and the canal would have gone right by the royal palace. And I talked about this when I talked about the book, is that the baby Moses, if that story has truth to it, it's not just a fictional retelling of something, that basket would have been placed among the reeds right there alongside the palace at the place where the princess would come to bathe every day in the canal. So
hasn't the Nile moved like 30 miles in the last 2,000 years or something, like to the east or the west, or
it just moves around. I think it's the flood, it's the inundation and all of that. I don't understand. I don't claim to know anything about I guess it'd be geography and how that all works. How rivers, as the Mississippi shifted in the last 250 years since we've been a nation. I think it has a little bit.
I've seen programs where there was they found ruins of a city like 6 miles away from the Nile River, or a certain distance away from the Nile River, and it wouldn't have been able. They wouldn't have been able, or they say they wouldn't have been able to actually sustain a city if the Nile wasn't running right next to it.
Yes. I think it's all from inundation. It's from rains. It's from, hundreds to thousands of years of agriculture, and just things shift around. So, and of course now when they built the big Aswan Dam down in Aswan, Egypt, that's when they took the, Abu Simbel, where you see the big monument with the big 4 statues of Ramses seated, and there's the little doorway down in the bottom, and we were there on his birthday, the 22nd of February. The sun rises and shines straight into the front door, all the way to the back of the temple, and illuminates the temple of Ramses II and the gods in the back of the Holy of Holies.
They were amazing with their building abilities and technologies.
I know, amazing. But when they did the Aswan Dam in the late 60s, they took that monument and deconstructed it and moved it up the hill. So otherwise it'd be underwater today. But they did mathematically to keep the alignment.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty darn cool. And a neat place. But when they did my point was, when they flooded or built the dam there and flooded, now you have Lake Nasser, which is this huge, enormous lake. You could almost call it an inland sea by the size of it. But that's all the Nile River, and that changed the flow of the Nile. It changed the flow of waters as you go downstream, which is north toward the Mediterranean. So all that changed over the years. In the last 50 years, what we've done, 60 years. So anyway, there you go. We all got to go see that someday together. I think that would be a kick.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
But it looks like I've kept you overtime, Rainey.
We're overtime. It's 10:10. How about that?
Rainey's going to be mad at me.
Nah, she's never mad at me. My wife worships the ground I walk on, and she's never angry with me about anything unless she shakes ghost pepper salt on her eggs.
That was funny.
I said, she told me that, and I wasn't trying to belittle Rainey with that at all. I just thought it was funny. She said, next time, you could label that stuff and let me know. And I go, you mean the ghost salt? So anyway,
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. We used it down in the camper down in Louisiana all the time. Mm-hmm. Well, not all the time, or it'd be gone. But we used it a few times. We didn't have any salt, and I said, I guess I'll have to crack open Doug's ghost pepper salt. And I sprinkled it on, and I tasted it. It's not so bad. So it was fine. So anyway, Doug, thank you for coming on the show, brother. It was nice to have you. Thanks for being my surrogate Reuben. So
sorry I didn't have the lipstick.
We'll probably have him later in the week again when something came up,
good.
I'm sure.
Definitely.
All right, brother. I'm going to let you go. See you later.
Right,
bye. All right. He was saying something and I cut him off. Sorry about that, Doug. All right. So, fine job, sir. I'll tip my hat and take the rest of the night off, says Master Finn. Matt Finn, thank you for being here. Everybody, Steve Clark, Field Guy, I'm sorry we didn't get you in. I hope you didn't leave mad. I just did. I wanted to give Delaney, she was getting into some stuff. I wanted to give her some time to talk without bringing Field Guy in too and taking the visual away from her. So sorry about that, brother. Barbie D, good to see you here. Scott Allen, that lipstick remark. I missed the lipstick remark. Or did I? I don't know. So everybody, thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for putting up with my family, my little ones mostly. This is not a professional radio show some nights, not even a professional podcast some nights. It turns into a little familial freak show over here. So thank you for putting up with that. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time more than you can know. And we'll get back into the swing of things, I hope, tomorrow night, knock on wood, unless something else weird comes up. And we'll see when we'll get Reuben back in here. Probably not tomorrow night. But if he wants it to be tomorrow night, we'll make it tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. So I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being my friend. And thank you for supporting this show. It means a lot to me. And we'll get back into some pretty esoteric, heavy-duty hermeneutical stuff over the next few days. So, all right. Just want to say it. You know, folks, you know it's that time. So, live long and prosper.
You're listening to the Intrepid radio program with Scotty Roberts. Intelligent talk.